Functional dependency. Now we're going to see the simple concept of functional dependency. So we learn about the keys in database, normalization process and normal forms. All these together are said to be functional dependency. So now let us see about the functional dependency. So in mathematics, you must see that this simply means when A is given as input to the function f, it computes and generates some output b. For example, let's say the function b is square, which is calculates the square of a number, and we provide an input 5 to it. So simply by computing square of 5, which is 25, it will be computed as an output. Somewhat similar to this function is functional dependency in database. For example, we have a table T having columns A and B. If we write A goes to B, what does that mean? Like our mathematical example, it does not mean that if we have we can compute A, we can compute A and generate B. It is different. It means that if we know the value of A, we can search or find or determine the value of B from the relation or a table. For example, if we are given the value of A as 2, can we find the value of B? So we check the table and search for 2 in a column A, and corresponding to that 2 we get a value of B, which is D, E, F. So by using A, we got or found the value of B. So that means we can say that A determines B, or B is determined by A. And we can say that determines B is a functional dependency. So in functional dependency, the attribute which is used to determine other attribute is called determinant. So here A is determinant, and the attribute which is determined using the determinant as dependent. So the definition of the functional dependency states that a functional dependency is a constraint that specifies a relationship of one attribute to another attribute in a relation or a table. Now let's see an example for better understanding. Consider the relation student table. Based on this relation, let us check whether the functional dependency are valid or invalid. So for the first one, let us consider the functional dependency. Roll number determines student name, department name, and department building. So as roll number is considered as unique value for each student, definitely by using roll number we can search or identify the student name, department name, and department building. For example, if we have a roll number 3, we can uniquely identify the student name, department building like PQR, IT, and A3. So we can confirm that it is a valid functional dependency. So in a case where there are different determinants and corresponding different dependents, this kind of case is a valid functional dependency. Next one, let us consider another functional dependency. Department name determines department building. Now we can notice that department name attribute has redundant or duplicate values present in it. It does not mean it is an invalid functional dependency. So let us check using an example. There are 2 records for CS, department name attribute, so both can be written as determinant. What are their corresponding department values? Both have A4 department building as their corresponding dependents. So we write them as their dependents. Is this an invalid case? No, it is not an invalid functional dependency. If I ask you to look at the table and tell CS department is in which building, if you check this tuple, your answer will be A4. If you check this tuple still, your answer will be A4. So there is redundancy in data, but the data present in the relation is correct. So this is a valid functional dependency. So in case where there are a same determinant and have a same dependent values, it is a valid functional dependency. Let us consider another case using similar functional dependency used previously. So department name determine department building. So when we consider the department ECE, it determines building B2. Building B2 and the department ME also determines building B2. Here, in this case, we have two different determinants, but the corresponding dependent values are the same. Is this a valid functional dependency? Yes, it is a valid functional dependency. There can be two departments present in a same building. Let's take another example. Roll number, student name. So roll number is determining student name. That two students have different roll numbers but have same name. But still it is a valid case. Therefore, this functional dependency is valid. So in this case, where there are different determinants and corresponding same dependents, it is a valid functional dependency. Now let us consider the fourth and last case. Here let us consider functional dependency. Student name determines department name. In the student name attribute, we have redundancy like X, Y, Z. Two students have the same name. So if I ask you tell me department name of student X, Y, Z, you will find two different answers for it. One will be CS department and other will be IT department. We cannot uniquely identify the department name just by using student name. Therefore, is this a functional dependency is valid one or invalid one? So in a case where there are two same determinants and they have a different corresponding dependence, such a case is an invalid functional dependency.